Welcome back, boys and girls. This week we're on lesson number 3, and it's called A Hole in the Roof. The memory verse says, "There is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." Proverbs 18, verse 24, or New International Version. The message says, "We serve God when we help others." Some things you just can't do by yourself. And when you need a friend to help you, you're always glad when one is there. But would your friends cut a hole in a roof for you? It didn't take long for word to spread. People everywhere soon heard that Jesus could heal sick people. Everywhere he went, big crowds came to hear him teach and to be made well. One day, Jesus was teaching in a house. A lot of people had come to hear him. Many of them were important teachers who had come from all parts of the country. They all crowded very close to Jesus. Other people had come to see Jesus too. They had come to be healed. But the house was so crowded they couldn't get in. They just couldn't get close enough to Jesus to ask him for help. One man was paralyzed. He couldn't walk. He couldn't even move by himself. He was there because he had friends who had carried him on his mat. But many people were in the house that they couldn't get in. What could they do? This man's friends were not about to give up. They were determined to get him in to see Jesus, even if the crowd wouldn't let them through. One of them had an idea. The next thing he knew, the paralyzed man was being lifted up to the flat of the roof of the house. His friends tied a rope to each corner of the mat he was lying on. They began taking the roof apart. Before he knew it, the paralyzed man was on his mat was being lowered through a hole in the roof. He was coming down in the middle of the crowd, right in front of Jesus. Jesus knew that what the man wanted. He wanted to be made well. He knew that the man's friends were thinking he knew what they were thinking actually. They wanted their friend to be well. They believed Jesus could heal. And so they wanted Jesus to heal him. Jesus could tell that the man's friends had worked hard to help him. The man, who couldn't even sit up by himself, watched Jesus. He didn't even ask to be healed. Jesus said to him, "Your sins are forgiven." And then Jesus said to him, "Get up, take your mat, and go home." At once the man jumped up, grabbed his mat, and went home praising God. Soon people everywhere heard that Jesus could make people, sick people, well. Everywhere Jesus went, big crowds came to hear him teach, and many came to be made well. He helped them all. Jesus wants you to help others too. He will help you do so. Just ask him.